Hi, guys. Good evening. Welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, I will be giving you guys my spoiler-filled film review for da 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 Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I was invited to an advanced screening earlier tonight with a friend of mine who works for Universal. We were able to go to an employee screening, and I was his guest of honor. And it was a fun movie, very entertaining movie. You know, I had a big grin on my face during like my favorite parts. Just overall, I was just like, yes. And before I get into all of that, of course, please be warned. As I said just a few seconds ago, this is a spoiler-filled film review. If you are planning on seeing Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom and you haven't seen it yet, please be warned that this is a spoiler-filled film review. I'm going to be discussing lots of big spoiler plot details and points and some highlights from the film that you want to see and experience for yourself for the first time. So you have been warned. That being said, spoilers from here on out starting now. Very entertaining film. Solid, fun sequel. Nowhere near as good as Jurassic World. Jurassic World was just so damn good, and I absolutely adored it. I adored it so much. I just watched it the other night to get myself in the mood for Fallen Kingdom. And Fallen Kingdom was fun, but it was no Jurassic Park, and it certainly was no Jurassic World, and it certainly was no Jurassic Park. But then again, nobody will really ever be able to top Jurassic Park, so you can't really compare the two, or you shouldn't. But this was a damn fine, entertaining sequel, and I will definitely see it again a couple more times in theaters. This was a very fun movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had there were many highlights for me. You know, it had a great slew of bad guys. You know, we had the guy Ellis, I think his name was Ellis or something like that, the one who tricked Claire and Owen into going to the island to find Blue, and then the guy who's kind of the brains behind all the whole operation and whatnot, played by Rafe Spall, I believe. He played a great bad guy. Ted Levine as the head of the mercenaries, also a great bad guy. Toby Jones as the crude little auctioneer, another great bad guy. And of course, the Indoraptor, another great bad guy. Scary ass dinosaur. Whew, very scary. But you know what was great about all these villains is that you love to hate them, and each and every one of them got exactly what was coming to them, and that was immensely satisfying. So to start with, you know, I was really hoping, as horrible as it was to watch that guy, I think his name was Whitley, Ted Levine's character, take the pliers and pull the tooth out of that poor Stegosaurus. I was really hoping the Stegosaurus, once it got loose later in the movie, would remember him and then kill him and pummel him to death, but unfortunately that was not the case. The Indoraptor got to kill him, but the way the Indoraptor killed him was very cool, very sly. Like, it was almost smiling as it kept moving its tail around while he was trying to remove its tooth, and then he ripped his arm off and then ate part of him. So that was pretty great to watch. And then the auctioneer selfishly pushing that woman out of the way in the elevator, trying to escape the Indoraptor, but the Indoraptor breaking the elevator controls, and he's looking all cocky and whatnot. The doors open behind him, and there's the Indoraptor, and then it cuts to black as he and everybody else screams. That was awesome. And then, of course, the Indoraptor's defeat, where Blue jumps on the monster, and they both fall through the glass. Blue, of course, using the Indoraptor to block the Triceratops horns, which then pierces the Indoraptor, finally killing it. You know, I love how they killed it in a super creative, pretty outrageous way, and it wasn't like just, oh, let's just shoot it, you know, let's just shoot it with a gun, or let's like have a dinosaur kill it or something like that. No, they had it killed by something like as simple as a skull on display. So that was pretty cool. And then Blue roaring majestically on top of its corpse right after it was pierced was also very satisfying. That put a big grin on my face. But of course, the one death that topped it all off, in fact, it might have been my favorite part of the movie, is when Rafe Spall's character is coming out from underneath the crushed car, and he's still got the Indominus tooth in possession, but then he is immediately snatched up by our fan favorite good girl T-Rex as she starts chewing on him, and then this other half of him is grabbed by the I think it's the Carnotaur or the Carnosaurus or something like that, the one with the little spike ears and whatnot, or just the spiked horns. They rip him in half and they both eat him, and then Rex chases the other dinosaur away while once again roaring triumphantly, much like the end of Jurassic Park. There are a lot of subtle, beautiful little nods to Jurassic Park, which were really touching and really awesome to me as a fan. I recognized all these subtle little hints that were little nods to the original film. I thought that was pretty cool. You know, the movie moved pretty fast, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad it did because it kept your interest the whole time. There really wasn't a second to slow down and to breathe. You know, they allowed you to take in as to what was happening and what was going on and why it was all happening. But it really did move at a pretty fast speed. It kind of threw me off at first, but the more the movie went along, the more I enjoyed it. And I certainly did enjoy it. You know, it went in a new direction that I wasn't expecting. You know, it ended in a way I didn't think it would end. I thought, okay, well, they defeat the bad guys and free the dinosaurs. That's great. But what do they do with the dinosaurs now? Is there indeed truly a new sanctuary land, a piece of land, or some other island out there where these dinosaurs could relocate? You know, it's not really answered yet. But now dinosaurs are literally walking among us. You know, T-Rex came into that zoo. Blue is was barking over a desert neighborhood. Pteranodons were flying in the sky. The mosasaur was among surfers, and Jeff Goldblum's ominous speech about welcome to Jurassic World. It's like the human race is finally getting honestly, it's like the human race is kind of getting what's coming to it, with dinosaurs now finally walking among us, and are the balance of life being threatened. You know, the balance of nature is threatened with dinosaurs and humans coexisting side by side. They're no longer contained and trapped on an island. They are now walking amongst us. And that could be a pretty scary thought, and it really leaves the door open for a fascinating third Jurassic World film, which we are definitely getting, by the way, June 11th, 2021. But in the meantime, go watch Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. You're going to have a good time. Chris Pratt is great. Bryce Dallas Howard is great. The two new younger actors are both really amusing as well. Blue and T-Rex have their moments in the spotlight, and they both absolutely shine. It's a lot of fun. If you're a fan of Jurassic Park or of Jurassic World, you're going to enjoy this movie. Please keep in mind, try not to take everything too seriously. Clearly, there are some minor flaws here and there, like realistically wise. Like even I was able to point out, that doesn't seem likely or realistic. But you know what? It's just a movie. It's just a movie sequel featuring dinosaurs. So don't be expecting the works of Casablanca or Citizen Kane or anything like that. This is just a fun, summer, action-packed movie, and I think you're going to like it. So what did you guys think of the movie? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you expecting more, expecting less? Please feel free to leave your thoughts, opinions, and your feedback down below in the comments section. I'd love to hear from everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, and just a little bit of an FYI, there is a post-credits scene at the very end of the credits. It is very, very brief, and it kind of puts a smile on your face because it gives a pretty good indication or a clue as to where the next movie could go. So you might want to stick around for it. But if not, you could always wait till it gets on DVD. It's a fun movie. See it on the big screen. You're going to have a good time. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of the night. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.